Let's do a little sound check. Hello, hello.
I am booting up.
Awesome. I'm doing a quick little sound check.
Awesome. I am hearing you over your phone. I am not quite in your bunch yet.
Okay. Multiple lag. All right, I'm all right.
Multiple lag.
Oof. There we go. I think I've closed all my YouTube windows. Okay. Okay. I'm showing one person, but it's probably me.
Or Andrew.
Andrew actually crashed out much earlier. So, as you're getting set up, I thought I would say that I've completed most of the main quests in Sky, and the final quest is actually kind of really amazing, and it's really intense and amazing, and almost like a spiritual experience. And I thought I would mention it. If you want to, I can wait and stream it if you want to watch. You and or what?
The final quest of Sky?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's it's one of those, like, it's a little bit of a bummer that I've seen other people go through it, because it's pretty epic. And anyway, it's one of those, like, I don't know if you'll ever play the game, so if you want to experience that part of it, you can do that. Another idea is it's Sky is, Journey. There's a game called Journey by the same company, called the company's called That Game Company, which is pretty cute.
Yes.
Journey is about a 2-hour gameplay, and it has a similar ending. Either one is very interesting, and it's neat that Journey is like, it's interesting to play Journey after playing Sky, because you can see all of the, it's like going back to the egg after seeing the chicken. You're like, oh, I can see what's coming. So
Yeah, every once in a while you get, it's interesting to do that. I used to love Raymond Chandler, who wrote a lot of noir kind of novels.
Mm-hmm.
And I read everything he'd ever written, and then somebody had published some short stories that he had originally written in like pulp magazines that hadn't been actually published in book form.
Huh.
And
and so you stumbled on those. You're like, oh wow, there's more.
And it's like, and you see these echoes of the story, or these ancestors of the stories, and he hadn't developed this detective
Right.
Character quite very much, but but it was weird because the titles were kind of more gripping, but the stories weren't as well developed. So, for example, I'm drawing a blank on it now. I'm thinking of the Maltese Falcon, but it's not the Maltese Falcon. It's Humphrey Bogart made a movie of it. The Big Sleep was originally a short story called The Killer in the Rain, and I love seeing them evolve, seeing something that you truly love, and seeing like little like echoes, not echoes. Echoes would be after,
Yep. Yeah, you see the little embryos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Journey is very much like that. And even though it came before Sky, I almost feel like it's almost a better game having played Sky and then going back and seeing Journey. It's neat. It's a very neat game. Yeah, so it's very short. It's, you know, it's 2 hour play, and then you're done with the whole game. um, but um, but it is neat, and it has that social aspect, which I find very compelling about Sky. Um, you know, you run into players while you're playing, and you know, you don't you don't quite help each other as much as you do in Sky. Like Sky is very much you need other players to help you with things, but but it's neat to see it. And at the end of the game, it says you were playing, and it gives you their like kind of login name. So that's kind of neat.
Cool.
All right.
I'll ring off for now because we won't have the problem of the audio echo, and I'll ask questions in chat.
You can. I'm not hearing any echo right now. Are you?
It's not playing for me right now. Oh, here you go.
Journey is about a
I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Ask questions in chat, and I'll try to keep up with that.
And we can chat after.
Yeah.
That time. Yeah.
All right. Sounds good.
the one that's very interesting, and it's neat.
Alrighty, let me know you're there for sure. It's showing 0 users on my end, but I'm assuming you're there because I knew you were watching YouTube. Just give me a little ping in chat. And while you're doing that, oh, there we go. You know, we're trying to open this door, and when I scan it, you can see the door, and you can see this power line. And excuse me, it goes down to these panels, and we need to fix those. And this panel was missing a power cell, so we got to figure that one out. So, trying to remember. Now I got to remember how to do that. And my little diamond is showing. Let's see, let's go this way. Aha, here we go. Let's try this. Go. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, there we go, there we go. There it is.
Found one. Looks intact.
Alright. Let's see if we can jump down from here. There we go. Alright.
That should do the trick. Now let's get that door open.
Okay, if I remember, yeah, this one, I remember the trick with this one. This one was a bit of a pain if you didn't know what was going on, but if you look closely, the Pharaoh symbol's upside down. So, yeah, so we've got down, left, up, right, down, because it's upside down. So down, left, up, right, down.
That did it.
All right,
Door
good.
should have power.
Now to see what lies beyond it.
Alrighty. Oh.
Eclipse. They're here.
Avoid contact.
Lines look good.
Gaia. It's up there. Second floor.
Can you reach it?
So much for avoiding contact.
Okay, do we have our trip caster? Yeah, let's do a little bit of that. That'll help. Okay. What we got here? Can't be just 3. Okay. Yeah.
You cannot hide from our weapons.
Oh, yeah. Is that it? No. Okay. Oops. Oh, oh, oh. Let's tag them. Yeah. Ah. All right.
I lost you.
All right. One more.
That's the
All
last
right.
of them.
Good.
H1 structural failure. Repeat.
Or not.
I thought I was done here. Oops.
I lost her.
Room's clear. For a moment, anyway.
Then get moving. You have to find Gaia.
Okay. So there's the symbol for Guy up there. Let's figure out how to get up there.
Hello, I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple. You probably noticed that only about a third of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots. The last thing we want is to burden Gaia with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs. Waste of time. Our purpose is to empower Gaia to build the robots, and not just build, imagine, from scratch. Any robot she needs for any conceivable purpose, designed and fabricated at a snap of a finger. Hers. Her finger. So, Hephaestus isn't really the forge. It's more like the knowledge of craft and ingenuity of a mastersmith to wield the hammer. Encoded as software. Virtual creativity made real. Gaia's already learning. In simulation, she's doing some very creative things with fractal assembly and animal morphologies. Her designs aren't about to win the Liam Prize anytime soon, but hey, everyone has to start somewhere. So, yes, time to get started. Let's do this.
I don't get it.
Which part? It's a little technical at places.
If Gaia was designed to save life, why would the robots it makes attack people?
Perhaps it loves some forms of life more than others.
The derangement. The machines weren't always so angry.
True. Mostly they were docile until 10, 15 years ago.
For years, Hephaestus has been forcing cauldrons to make aggressive machines. I've seen it myself, in the cauldrons. Stalkers, Ravagers, the Thunderjaw. How could it do that? And why?
Why indeed?
Okay, let's scan this one. Full steam ahead. Full steam ahead from Elizabeth Sobek to Margot Shen. So Margot Shen was the one that we just saw talking there. Margot, if I doubted your brilliance in the slightest, I wouldn't have picked you as the Hephaestus Alpha. You need to stop worrying about your age and communication style. You are who you are. Have confidence in yourself. You know what you're doing. Case in point, the latest draft of your plan for the construction and stocking of bootstrap silos to store raw materials is excellent. This, combined with your design for the AM Foundry core and the Foundry site selection plan, add up to a comprehensive plan. It's time to start construction. One detail. Consult with Iomide Okilo before you finalize the silo inventories. Hephaestus' first task will be to fabricate the robots that will construct the waveform broadcast towers Minerva will use to transmit the deactivation codes. I'm going to just stop a minute and explain that. So Hephaestus builds stuff. Minerva is actually the part of Gaia that will decode the Pharaoh robots and shut them down. And so Hephaestus will build those transmission towers. And I'll give you a little spoiler. There's a spire at Meridian. That spire is one of them. All right, so Hephaestus' first task will be to fabricate the robots that will construct the waveform broadcast towers Minerva will use to transmit the deactivation codes. So any exotic materials needed for the towers should be accounted for in the inventory plan. Elizabeth. So now we're meeting all of the people responsible for each part of Gaia. Hephaestus being the one that makes the machines. Hephaestus is a pretty important one. All right, let's see. I mean, they're all important. All right, where are we going? Why are you showing me that? Did I miss something? I guess I go up these stairs. There we go. Okay, yeah.
I think this is it. Elizabeth Sobek's office.
Oh, I'm
But
sorry.
It's sealed off.
Okay,
There's
yeah.
got to be a way inside.
Keep looking.
I was going to say that there are more of the alphas. So there's her office right there. But you can see there's a shield. All right, let's see here.
More Eclipse.
Careful now.
Oof. Oh my goodness, there's a ton of them. So she's looking for something specific at this point.
Welcome to Apollo, the collective memory of the human species and the wellspring of knowledge
Mostly
for future
reconnaissance, trying to figure
generations.
out Zero
I
Dawn.
am Samina Ebaji. Until recently, I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Tehran. As a heritage professional, I devoted my career to the preservation of human knowledge, creative endeavor, and cultural achievement. Apollo is, therefore, the ultimate embodiment of a lifelong passion, albeit under the very worst circumstances imaginable. The challenges before us are immense. Specifically, we will have to design and implement 4 major initiatives simultaneously. First, the construction of data repositories in cradle facilities around the world ensuring redundancy. Second, the collection and processing of a projected 180 million discrete data entries. 42 zettabytes of data in Mandarin, English, Spanish, and Arabic. Third, the transferal and encoding of all that data onto DNA encapsulated in synthetic fossils. The only medium capacious and durable enough to safeguard it without degradation for the centuries to come. And last, but not least, the development of the holographic interface and gamified curricula, by which future humans will commune with Apollo, progressively unlocking heuristic learning modules, leveling up their knowledge and skills they will need to take control of the terraforming system. That is the future towards which all of our efforts will be directed. Not just the preservation of the past, but the seed for the flourishing of a new tree of knowledge. Welcome, and let us begin.
So Apollo is the part of Gaia that is the knowledge. So they're supposed to get all of the human knowledge and then take over Gaia and run it. But that's not happening, right? Yeah, gamified curricula. Right, let's see this data point. Encapsulated DNA. All right. Encapsulated DNA, text data points quests from Samina Eboji to Elizabeth Sobek. Subject, encapsulated DNA. And the winner is encapsulated DNA. Over the past 10 days, I performed an exhaustive review of data storage solutions. Magnetic, optical, quantum, even that eternity tech that FAS was shilling a year or so ago. But every other solution has one or more fatal shortcomings. Too heavy to transport, too massive to install in the allotted space, too power intensive over the centuries, too prone to failure past 300 to 400 years, etc. Encapsulated DNA will easily hold the 40 plus zettabytes we're projecting for Apollo. There are still many details to finalize, of course. To start with, we need to select the inert material in which we'll embed the molecules, already testing 16 candidate materials, as well as design and fabricate the power systems and sealed reliquaries that will keep the DNA at minus 18 degrees C for 1,000 plus years. So long as I assure you that it didn't factor into my decision, may I confess that I deem it entirely fitting, indeed propitious, that we will be using the very building blocks of life to preserve human knowledge from mechanized extinction. It's not just ironic, but heroic. Life as the hero, beating back the forces of oblivion. In any case, much to do. Until next time, peace be with you, Samina. All right. Okay. Let's see this one. All right. Apollo update. Apollo update. Text data points quests from Samina Eboji to Elizabeth Sobek. Subject, Apollo update. Over the past 2 months, the full benefit of our procurement of a copy of the Homer archive from Far Zenith has made itself known, and as a result, all of Apollo's key deliverables are on schedule. Apollo has already surpassed 40 million discrete data entries and continues to grow. The physical science modules are effectively complete, with soft science modules close behind. World history, cultural data, and media archives are also on schedule. Language preservation is wrapping up, a bit ahead of schedule due to falling short of our goal to preserve 4,500 languages. I suppose the tragic early loss of Papua New Guinea's doomed that goal from the outset, with attendant curricula development about to begin. Speaking of the heuristic curricula, they are performing well in testing, with children and adolescents demonstrating high levels of engagement with and trust in the Aristotle and Aspasia personae. Personally, I find them highly engaging, especially when they debate. I wish half my professors had been so entertaining. Peace be with you, Smina. All right. Okay. Which one is this one? Oh, this must be the symbol for Apollo. Alrighty. Let's throw a couple more of these down. Oops. In case they try to come in here. Alright. Woo! Headshots.
Come on, brothers. Yeah!
Getting there.
Let the shadows guide you.
There we go. Oh! Oops. One more. Oof. Sorry for that hiccup. I hope I'm back online. My special armor heals.
That's the last of them.
Okay, good.
Alone once more.
In what should have been a cave of wonders. Look around. See if anything is left.
All right. Okay, this looks like a giant archive. So yeah, this is just mostly trying to figure out what this is all about. Oh, this is a good one.
Dr.
I was hoping I
Sobek,
could find
please
this.
archive this testimonial in Apollo. Cross-reference to all mentions of my name and Operation Enduring Victory. My name is General Aaron Harris. From 2060 to 2066, I served as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the highest-ranked officer of the United States Armed Forces. The tenure of my command included strategic planning and oversight of Operation Enduring Victory, a falsehood perpetrated on the civilian populations of the United States and other nations during the last 14 months of life on this planet. Before the Pharaoh Plague, I did my job and did it well. I was bold and decisive, crafty in political maneuvers. It wasn't an accident that I rose to my position and became the commander of the largest mechanized force ever assembled. But to what end? My only lasting achievement was the extinction of life on Earth. And my one redeeming act, if any, was to delay that extinction by days or weeks, by throwing more death at it. It is my hope that there will be no need for men like me in the world to come. If you are one of the people of that future world listening to this message, please know that I am sorry and that I wish you well. Sincerely, Aaron Harris.
I think that's so intense. I feel like we're missing some of the people that worked on Gaia. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is what we're missing.
Welcome
yes.
to Hades. Zero Dawn's extinction failsafe protocol. The
Travis
ultimate killer
Tate.
app. Now, I know what you're thinking. The purpose of Gaia is to resurrect life. So why give her a subordinate function, only purpose of which is to wipe out life all over again? I mean, what? Just plumb crazy, ain't it? Well, no, it isn't. Reconstituting a biosphere? That's a tall order. Tech smart as Gaia may be, odds are she won't get it right the first time. I mean, imagine you're Gaia, 200 years from now, and this new biosphere growing, it's all gone wrong.
Remember, Hades is the one after her right now.
Under the lash of superstorms that would have drowned Noah. It's chaos. A spinning top that won't stop wobbling. Now what are you gonna do? Release phase 1 organisms into that hot mess? Hope their CO2 and methane can balance out what you got started? Hell no. What you're gonna do, Gaia, is step aside while Hades takes over and does what you're just too darn nurturing and life-loving to do, which is burn that misbegotten mess of a biosphere to the ground so Gaia can start over. Okay, not burn, more like reverse terraforming operations and suffocate it. But you get the idea. Hades takes the biosphere back to zero. Square one, blank slate. And then, only then, does it hand the steering wheel back to Gaia and say, try again, old girl. And better this time, or we'll have to do this again. That's Hades. It's pretty badass when you think about it. Extinction on demand. Death on speed dial. All for the greater good, of course, but still, kind of metal. So welcome to Hades. Welcome to the void.
Okay, so if that's the original purpose of Hades, why does it want me extinct?
We need more data.
And how does it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh Titan, getting worshipped by the Eclipse like some kind of god?
I'm learning as you are, Aloy. Keep searching.
Adversarial network, indeed. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I see your Gilbert Gottfried Cave of Wonders. Noise complaints. Oh boy, okay, these are the data points around Travis Tate. He's quite the character. Oh, no. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Noise complaints, text data points, quests from Travis Tate to Elizabeth Sobek. Subject, noise complaints. Now it's like I want to do his voice. Color me confounded, Lizzie. Bashcore? Anyone who says the old TT codes to Bashcore is straight up lying, and you know it. Old Trav doesn't have to truck with any commercialized razzle-dazz. Nuh-uh. Heck, I'd rather guzzle a liter of Citarum runoff than listen to Grey Swarm for 30 seconds. Hand to God and swear on my mama's grave, and she was religious. Nah, that ain't Bashcore blasting the Hades lab, shaking the walls, rattling folks' teeth. It's death metal, girl. Classical music. 80s and 90s mostly. Got me some Dutch deathcore, some Japanese gore grind, some Swedish cannibal-themed stuff, too. Stop by if you want to listen. Or heck, just come within 50 meters of the lab. Ain't no bashcore, you'll see, or hear, rather, in the screech that rends the air, and feel in the throbbing pulse of the floor and walls and ceilings swallowing you up like you was Jonah trapped in the gullet of gothic deathfish. Hallelujah! As for those requests to turn it down, no can do, Lizzie. This is how I code. Turn down my death metal? Might as well give up stimulants, chocolate malts, and industrial accident vids. Last I heard, we was supposed to be coding Hades down here. Am I really supposed to code an extinction protocol without death metal to inspire me? No, I don't think so. Stay cool. Trav. I don't know. Trav really cracks me up. Okay, let's see this one. I know this is a big lore dump. Alright, Hades Protocol. Hades Protocol, text data points quests. Tate here. Just popped 3 blues, but I earned it. Finally figured out a Goldilocks solution to Gaia's rather extreme executive authority. If that ain't worth 10 to 12 hours of dream time, what is? Before this, every usurpation protocol I designed failed in simulation because it was either too hard or too soft. Too hard, and it degraded the Gaia core. Sure, it pried her figurative fingers off the figurative driving wheel so Hades could take control, but by breaking her fingers, sometimes her arms too, so that couldn't fly. Everything depends on Gaia taking control back after Hades has done its business, so had to find a solution that didn't leave Gaia any worse for the wear. Too soft, and Gaia only pretended to relinquish control. In simulation after simulation, Hades would take command of the terraforming system and reverse operations only to have Gaia lurk in the background, quietly reversing process and falsifying telemetry to hide its interference. Sneaky. I swear ain't nothing Gaia wouldn't do to keep life going, even when it's just simulated plant life. Turns out the just right solution is to isolate Gaia in a protective code shell, preserving its integrity, then unseat it from command position so Hades can slip into the figurative captain's chair and work its magic. Those blues are coming strong now, so I'm not really describing it so clear, but pretty sure it'll work. Yeah. Those blues are pretty strong. Guess it's time to sleep and bed. I'll be back to it tomorrow, alligators. Alrighty. And that is Hades. Archive abuse. Oh no. Archive abuse, text data points quests from Samina Eboji to Travis Tate, CC Elizabeth Sobek. Subject, archive abuse. Mr. Tate, this mail concerns Apollo archive submission 000023876, your 666th submission in just 5 days. And oh, what a doozy. Despite earlier warnings with respect to inappropriate materials, you chose to submit 265 holographic remasters of acknowledged classics of extreme exploitation cinema. Allow me, then, to thank you on 2 counts. 1, for giving me the pleasure of rejecting your submission, thereby combining your favorite Eastern European torture flicks and their ilk to the dust heap of oblivion. Truly warms my heart to know that I have saved future humanity from the ordeal of experiencing not just one, but all 16 installments of Making a Millipede. Don't worry, the Pasolini material has already been preserved, extreme perhaps, but art. 2. For clarifying a concept that has so long been ambiguous and ethically fraught for archivists such as myself, the definition of obscenity. You have freed me from the subjective quagmire embodied in Judge Potter's famous utterance, "I'll know it when I see it." Thanks to you, I can now simply apply a single objective criticism. If Travis Tate submitted it, it's obscene. Accordingly, I have directed Apollo staff to summarily reject all of your future submissions, sight unseen. Perhaps you might invest the time you would have spent preparing further submissions on, oh, I don't know, your assigned work. We have a world to save after all. Or the rest of us do, anyway. Dr. Samina Aboji. Yeah, Travis Tate's quite the character. Okay. Oof. This is all blown up.
Looks like the only way onwards.
Welcome to Eleuthia, the crown and king of Gaia's subordinate functions. For it is by Eleuthia that the human race will continue to exist. I am Patrick Brochard-Klein, the Alpha in charge of this program. Now let one thing be perfectly clear from the outset. Eleuthia is not a genetic engineering project. Our goal is to preserve the human genome, not alter it. A snapshot of human genetic diversity, literally frozen in time. The genetic quintessence of our species, unmodified. Under my watch, our activities and initiatives will comply with the 2034 clone provisions and the 2048 Rally Accords. Now that may seem a quaint, even trivial concern to you in light of present circumstances. As one of the authors of the Accords, it is far from trivial to me. The practical challenges before us are staggering in scope and complexity, but not insurmountable. No. Global collation and provisional storage of zygotes, perfection of exogenic technologies, design and perfection of servitors, to provide nurture and inculcation during early child development. All of these program components must and will proceed in tandem, to say nothing of the breakneck construction of cradle facilities at sites around the world. So, si vous êtes prêts, let us begin.
Nope. Right, FZ Chambers. FZ Chambers. Text data points quests from Patrick Brochard-Klein to Elizabeth Subject FZ Chambers. The ectogenic chambers arrived 2 days ago. I've spent the last 36 hours examining them and poring over technical documentation. They're a revelation. Astonishing. I don't know what you had to give Far Zenith in trade to get these chambers, but it was worth it. I'll just stop a minute and say Far Zenith is, there was that, interstellar colony ship that blew up as it left Earth orbit. There's a bunch of rich people, you know, that owned it and were kind of escaping. Yeah. So anyway, they gave these ectogenic chambers to Far Zenith, or to Zero Dawn. So those chambers are what allowed them to gestate, you know, humans. So, all right. I don't know what you had to give Far Zenith in trade to get these chambers, but it was worth it. In a single leap, Their embryologists have vaulted past 50 years of technological shortcomings. The risks of ECMO resolved. Nutrition delivery resolved. Hormonal stability resolved. 12 other risk areas resolved. Before I examined these chambers, I considered the Odyssey to be a fool's errand. The Odyssey is the name of the ship. But if the rest of Farzinus' technology is at this level, well, a human colony around Sirius doesn't seem so impossible after all. Mass fabrication of the chambers will present a number of challenges, but I'm confident that they can be resolved. I'm going to rest for a few hours, then get back to it. Expect a fabrication plan within 48 hours. All right. There's another one. So yeah, these are very cool. Yep, there we are. Ay, ay, ay. Trying to get a good look at this. Yeah, I guess they were built by Pharaoh.
Are these what I think they are?
Artificial wombs. Machines to spawn a new generation of human beings.
Yeah, it's great science fiction. Yeah, it just gets better and better. One of the most complex stories I've read or experienced. And yeah, stating the obvious, but yeah, this is why we're here. All right, Cradle Servitor Personae. Text data points, quests. From Patrick Brochard Klein to Elizabeth Sobek. Subject, Cradle Servitor Personae. Development of the artificial personae for Cradle Servitors. Nurturer, disciplinarian, healer, continues at a good pace. We are targeting Turing 0.4 for these constructs. Just an aside, Turing 1.0 would be human intelligence, right? So, just some lore that we probably won't encounter. There was the first real sentient AI that surpassed human intelligence was named Vast Silver. And the creation of Vast Silver spurred a lot of laws that made AI that was beyond Turing 1.0 illegal. And so there was like, you could have AIs up to Turing 0.6. So, and they broke that rule for Gaia because Gaia is above Turing 1.0. But anyway, so just some more lore there. And of course they contained Vast Silver. They contained it and deleted it. So, all right, Turing 0.4 for those constructs. This should allow low-grade empathy and limited improvisation without undermining adherence to codified behavior sets. The stimulus-driven switching of personae, however, is proving to be a greater software challenge than anticipated, especially concerning our entrenched feedback loops between the disciplinarian and healer personae. Yes, disciplines and then tries to heal. I have also attached the reports from an incident where a servitor running the mother personae intervened on a disciplinarian servitor's behavior. A parental argument, if you will. Amusing on first glance, perhaps, but deeply concerning. I have attached a comprehensive plan for correcting these interactive protocol shortcomings. Ingest, data corrupted. All right. Oh, there's another one. Cradle sealed. Cradle sealed. Text data points quests from Patrick Brochard Klein to Elizabeth Sobek. Subject, Cradle sealed. Eleuthia 01 was successfully sealed before the swarm advancing across Xinjiang province could detect it. Ping back from crucial systems is good. For our maiden voyage, a success. Regards my disputes with the betas over zygote selection. Of course I understand we have limited overhead to run simulations of gene flow in our future humans, but we can all agree there is margin for refinement in future cradle populations. I can't read that word. In addition to personally overseeing completion of the Aletheia 02 site inside Mount Namuli, I will formulate and propose a modified zygote selection plan within the week. All right, and onward. Let's see, how do we get up there? How do I get up there? Is there a ladder on this one? Oh, here it is.
Cradle facilities. Elizabeth said a new generation of humans would be spawned inside such places.
She did.
All Mother Mountain. It was one of them?
There's only one way to be sure.
The hatch wouldn't open. Something about a corrupted Alpha registry. I need to search Elizabeth's office.
All right. Up we go. Alright, there's her office. Oh, there's another data point.
Nuts would benefit from antilopenate morphologies, though caprid forms show superior load-bearing capability.
You're a quick study, Gaia.
Dr. Sobek,
Used to hold
as I
something.
have conducted this comparative analysis of mammalian morphologies, I've gathered extensive data on the quaternary extinction event.
Oh? And your assessment? Gaia?
Logically speaking, the extinction was a natural consequence.
And yet,
I find the loss of megafaunal species unaccountably sad. That they passed forever into oblivion causes me to experience a grief that is difficult to describe. Am I malfunctioning?
no, Gaia, you're not. This is good. It's very good.
Teaching them to feel.
You will undergo a brief period of unconsciousness during relocation to Prime and final instatement.
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
When you're back up and running at the new site, we'll bring the subordinate functions online and see where we stand.
Elizabeth, I detect distress. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
I realize that circumstances compel us to launch earlier than we hoped, but all subsystems are operational. The odds stand in our favor.
But what if... Gaia, there's nothing left out there. You can't even survive unless you're wearing an environmental suit. There are billions dead, in fear and agony. What if it was all for nothing?
Elizabeth, extinction was inevitable. Thanks to you, life will have a future.
You really believe that?
I believe in you, Elizabeth. In you, all
things are possible. Saw my little diamond. Where am I going? Oh, here's another one.
Pure logic won't cut it, Ted. To pull this off, Gaia's going to need to have some skin in the game. It has to care.
What if it runs amok? Have we learned nothing from our mistakes?
Your mistakes, I think you mean?
All I'm saying is, give it a kill switch.
She was just born, Ted. I'm not gonna put a gun to her head while she's still in the cradle.
You talk like it's a child. What if it becomes a monster?
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
Of course, Gaia, go on.
I'm sorry to contradict you, but Mr. Farrow's argument is sound. At this point, the development of my psyche is not entirely predictable. To ensure preservation of life, a hardwired override is, I believe, a necessary safeguard.
There. Satisfied, Ted?
Jeez, Liz, just do what it says.
Or maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I go this way? Oh, what was that? Okay. Oh my goodness, how do I get in? Oh, okay, there we go. Alright. Odyssey has failed. Yeah, I guess I kind of already told you this. Alright, Odyssey has failed. Text data points quests from Elizabeth Sobek to all alphas. Subject Odyssey has failed. All. Some terrible news, I'm afraid. Far Zenith has informed me that the Odyssey mission has failed. Last night, telemetry indicated a catastrophic antimatter containment failure as the drives spun up to depart the solar system. The ship, its crew, its cargo of zygotes and seeds, its alpha build of Apollo, all were lost. Zero Dawn is now the only hope for the continuation of the human species and earthly life. We must succeed. Elizabeth. Alrighty. Here we are, Elizabeth's desk.
The Alpha Registry master file.
Intact?
Yeah. No signs of corruption.
Then what are you waiting for? Copy the file.
With this, I can restore the registry at the hatch inside Allmother. Open it. Go inside.
And grasp the secrets within.
Where I was born. Maybe who gave birth to me.
Who? Are you really so naive? There will be no who waiting for you there, Aloy. Whatever birthed you into the world was a what, not a who.
You bastard.
Oh no, I had a legitimate birth. It's you, Aloy, who are the creation of a machine. But what kind of machine and why? Why were you created?
Eclipse.
You need to get out of there. What you found is too valuable. You're too valuable.
Keyless.
Still alive. Good. I have a more suitable death in mind for you, child.
So this next part's not too long, so I suggest that we don't stop here.
I've always known one thing with prophetic certainty. That I was destined for glory as a great champion of the sun. Even when Jiran was murdered, even when Meridian fell, I never doubted my destiny. Until you came along. When I heard that you had survived, a doubt took root in my mind. As sure as the sun rises and falls each day, those I am bade to kill die. And yet I failed. How? Why? With each dig site you attacked, each loyal soldier you killed, this pestering doubt grew. I kept thinking of the moment my knife pierced your throat.
Indeed.
One twist, a simple tug of the blade, and you would have bled out. In slaughter, I am a practiced hand. So why hesitate? Why fail my destined purpose?
Rost, you knew it was wrong. Trying to bore me to death. I'll give you a second if you want to choose one. Each one is interesting. I'm gonna give us a default, but if you have another one you're interested in.
I guess even a monster like you can have a glimmer of conscience. You didn't kill me right away. Turn your face to the sun, child. Dressing up murder as religious sacrifice so you could feel better about it?
No, I never doubted the righteousness of killing you. And yet, your words touch close to the truth. In my heart, I deemed the order to kill you unworthy of me. You were just a savage girl. So I thought at the time. Even still, I aimed to kill you, and yet did not.
Sorry for the latency.
Failing troubled my thoughts, haunted every step. It was only when I captured you, down in that place, that I finally glimpsed the sun's design etched at length across the course of events. You were meant to survive that day on the mountain. Meant to interfere at dig sites and kill my men. Conversely, I was meant to capture you. Here. So that you might die as a sacrificial offering to the sun. Everything as it was meant to be. Predestined and preordained.
You're a thug, you're a fool, you're a puppet. Given the latency, I think I'll pick puppet.
Some destiny. You're following orders, not some grand cosmic design. You're a puppet, with Hades yanking the strings, a pawn pushed around by larger forces. It'd be laughable if there weren't so much killing involved. Hades is an ancient machine, not the buried shadow of Karja myth. It doesn't care about Meridian. It wants to kill everything and everyone. And you are its dutiful slave.
I serve not the buried shadow, but the sun in shadow. All halves of nature joined to one cause. Shadow to sun, dark to light.
Do you really not hear how ridiculous that sounds? You've gone from serving an insane homicidal Sun King to an insane homicidal machine. You're moving down in the world, not up.
I'll remember those words as I watch your corpse burn. Whatever's left of it. You fail to grasp the point. As surely as you've been conquered, so has all doubt. And with certainty of belief comes unstoppable force.
Then open this cage and put your faith to the test. See if things work out like you expect.
The circle has closed. Every element is in its proper place, exactly where it belongs. The errant beast, now caged, will serve her true purpose. A sacrificial animal. Oh, speaking of sacrifice, I forgot to tell you. After you crashed the Eclipse network, I sent messengers into the east to rally the forces there and mount an invasion of the sacred land. I ordered every Nora killed. I was hoping to catch you there, but alas, it all seems to have been unnecessary.
Why butcher dozens of innocents for no gain? It's a waste of effort.
You're right. I won't even be there to enjoy it. In any case, I couldn't recall the order even if I wished to. Thanks to your destruction of the network, communication over distances is impossible. You not only doomed yourself, but an entire tribe. Do we not see the scorching judgment of the sun in these events? Your focus, such a powerful device, isn't it? And yet, so fragile. So you see, this time, I did not hesitate. The knife has already been twisted.
Okay, here we go.
Karja faithful, rejoice! Our years in shadow are over. A new dawn trembles on the horizon. A new day soon to break. And when it does, the false Sun King will be dead, and Holy Meridian ours once more. In this, I have become an instrument of prophecy. All halves of nature join to one cause. Shadow to sun, light to dark, night to day. Behold!
Oh boy.
Hold your seats! Can you not see the proof of the sun's blessing before your eyes? How else could shadows such as these prowl in broad light of day? Were they not approved by the sun and joined to our cause? Many years ago, to consecrate this great ring, the Radiant Turan ordered many faithless, crushed beneath the hooves of the behemoth. Mighty is the behemoth in the eye of the sun, but it is mightier still, infused with the power of shadow. Let this one, who schemed and slithered, be the first to die. Let her be the first of thousands!
Alright, here we go.
I'll never beat that thing without weapons. My weapons are up on the platform. There's no way out of this ring. Maybe I could use its strength against it. That pillar's weak. Another hit, and that pillar will come down.
I'm trying to use it to knock these pillars down.
It's down.
There we go. All right. Yeah.
back. Now you're just a big dumb target. Come and get it! That canister on its belly. Looks important. Those components on the sides of its head. They've got something to do with his lift attacks.
Oof.
Silence! Shadows, kill her!
Oh boy.
Kill her!
Why leave it to them? Come get me yourself!
Yeah! That staff has a beeper that calls the machines in. So he's controlled machines. Traitor? Does he know him? Yeah, that's the problem with prophecies,
So you're
indeed.
here. Really here. You risked your life.
Of course I did. If you'd been killed, the Nora's sacred mountain would never have given up its secrets.
Too bad you wasted your time, then. Helis destroyed my focus. And the Alpha Registry with it.
Not at all. The whole time I've been monitoring your focus, I've duplicated every data file you scanned. Installing that data to a new focus was trivially easy. Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
You're really good at making it impossible to like you, Silence. But I guess I need this.
It's time to see where you were born. Maybe you'll even learn why.
Yeah. Meet the machine that birthed me into this world. Isn't that how you put it?
I'll be off.
Wait.
Yes?
How did you track my location when I wasn't wearing a focus?
Really, Aloy? It doesn't take a genius to surmise that Helis would throw you into the sun ring at high noon. I wore out 2 striders getting here in time, but I did. Now be on your way.
Since when can you override machines?
Ever since you discovered the technique. I had to destroy a corrupted to obtain the necessary parts, of course. But your example showed me how to do that as well. Yet another benefit of monitoring your activities through your focus. Truth be told, the underlying logic of the technique isn't so different from rites practiced by Banuk shamans. Though, of course, far more advanced.
Great. You're welcome, I guess. Helis recognized you back in the Sun Ring. You told me that you'd assisted the Eclipse. Not that you knew the man who killed who almost killed me.
So now you know. The man is a serious threat. So let's do all we can to make sure that he and Hades don't succeed.
Right. I'll be on my way. To make matters worse, Helis ordered an Eclipse detachment to attack the Nora Sacred Land. The tribe's already weak. They won't stand a chance. You should come with me.
Well, absolutely not. I have preparations to make elsewhere.
What kind of... Why do I bother asking? You're not gonna tell me.
When the time is right, I'll be in touch. I'll contact you later. In the meantime, should you need to return to Shadow Carja territory, I brought armor to conceal your identity.
You think of everything, don't you?
One of us has to. Aloy, when you were recovering the Alpha Registry down in the Zero Dawn bunker, I was needlessly cruel. For your sake, I hope there is someone waiting there for you inside the mountain. Not a what, but a who. Yeah!
All right. And this is, of course, a good place to stop, but we need to get back to Nora territory and stop the Eclipse from absolutely massacring them all. All right, let me find a quick campfire. Let's do this one. Oh, there's one right behind me. Actually. Let's see it. There it is. All right. Until next week.